my job, Kelly, but what President Trump is doing is insane. It is absolutely insane. It is about the 8th reason we've had for the tariffs, and now he's saying he's putting 50% tariffs on Canada unless they agree to become the 51st state. That is insane. There is just no other way of describing it. And the trouble, Kelly, is that it shows there are no bounds around President Trump. This is very different from the first administration, where there were people around him who seemed to, I don't know what the word is, but smooth over some of the edges now. And the other thing that's not talked about, Kelly, is what's going on within the administration in terms of how they're treating the Constitution and laws. I think all of that is bad for the attraction of capital. And the gentleman from Bridgewater is 100% right. We need massive amounts of capital if we want to fund our deficits, pay for the things we want to pay for, sell our bonds, and have high stock prices. And it seems as if this administration is doing everything it can to chase foreign capital away.
So let me tell you what's happening. White people have no idea, European Americans have no idea how to operate life in survival mode. And that's what's coming. Even those of us, I have a huge-ass trauma timeline, and I still experience that with my privilege in place. I got a lot of survival skills, very resourceful, but still, I have privilege. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen when they cut your Medicaid? What's going to happen when they cut your Medicare as a white person? What's going to happen when they gut special education services for your white kids at school? What's going to happen when they gut mental health services for your white kids at school? What's going to happen when groceries become way too expensive to buy? What's going to happen? We don't know how to survive that shit. And we are so individualistic that we don't have community to fall back on either. And so many white people right now have no idea what's coming.
All right. Hey, shalom, shalom. Damn it, I didn't mean to do that. First and foremost, daily edification for call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. Hey, first and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. That's spiritual right there. That he tapped on Elder Apostle Gabar's video. You know, Charlotte, double honors to them, man. All right, shalom to the brothers that are out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. Now, what you witnessing right now, I just came off of Elder Yasha Wamba's video. Ooh, boy, that was a heavy one. But to the hopeful elect, these things are very plain to see. All right, and at the same time, in the meantime, shall I say, you got Israelites doing videos about this and that, blah 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 blah. Keeping the laws and cutting the white man, and we love all people and all kinds of stupid shit that's not occupied in prophecies. Matter of fact, let's go there first, because what he said, I don't know what the hell white people gonna do. Well, you're gonna have to suck it up, Buttercup. All right. That's Ecclesiasticus. Yep. Let's read this first, all right? Because that video Elder Yashawamba did, whoo, boy, never ceases to edify. That's what's up, all right? The book of Sirach 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law, you hear that? To the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. And what you are seeing is prophecies happening right in front of your eyes in real time. It's all of it's prophecy, all the satire, all the Trump doing this and trying to heap it to himself all nations, which is in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. All right, heap it to himself all nations and all people. You got 7 heads and 10 horns. You got a nation divided. They cannot stand. There's so many scriptures. There's so much to go into. It's amazing. It's amazing how I don't know how can you not do a lesson? And last night, of course, was the Passover, right? And it's not that hard to really understand. I mean, not for certain people, not for the hopeful elect, but it's not that hard to really understand how the new moon works, how the full moon works, and the Passover is on the full moon, a blood moon. All these are signs. See? All these are signs. Who is able to discern the signs and the times, right? You had the blood moon. That was a sign. It was definitely a sign. Now, in case you didn't know, for anybody new, Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, was crucified on the Salakia, on a full moon, right? And this was a blood moon on the Passover. That was his Passover, okay? So you got all these signs happening, earthquakes in diverse places, your blood moons, your eclipses. It was an eclipse too, right? Eclipse, and I noticed it. I stood out and I watched it for a while, man, and it was ominous. But hey, Yahushua coming back, brothers and sisters, Akim and Akwa. It's Matthew 16, verse 3. It's red letters. And in the morning, it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red. I've seen that before too. That was very interesting. Anyway, for the sky is red and lowering. Oh, ye hypocrites. You hear this? I was briefly going into it. Oh, ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can you not discern the signs of the times? See that? The signs of the times. And this is it. We are definitely at the end here. And how do we know this? Because the prophecies are happening right in front of our eyes. Ultimately, all this is going to end up being what? It's breaking down to the MOTB, to the mark of the beast, man. Yeah, I said it just like that, because that's exactly what it is. And it's that C-hip. Now, what that guy, you saw what that guy the host just said, right? All right. And Trump is doing this and doing that. All these are in the scriptures. It's all prophecy. What Trump is doing, aka Nero, right? Basically gutting Babylon from the inside out, man. Okay. They're making a run on themselves. Their own tongue is falling upon themselves. You got Trump talking about, wanting to make America great again, right? Well, what do we see here? The jobs are gone. The mirth is gone. Suddenly the storehouses. Let's go there. I know I'm sort of all over the place. I got too many thoughts in my mind, about what's going on. There's so much going on. I need to stay on topic. 2 Ezra 6 and verse 18. And behold, those days will come that I will begin to draw nigh and to visit them that dwell upon the earth. You hear this? Yahushua is coming. Verse 19. And will begin to make inquisition of them what they be that have hurt unjustly. See that? With their unrighteousness, and when the affliction of Zion shall be fulfilled. You hear that? It's almost over with. Yahushua, he said he coming back and he gonna get his. All right, his brothers and his sisters, few sisters. I gotta say it like that. And Babylon's all messed up. Verse 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Did you see that? So at some point in time, they're all going to see. Now the scriptures goes into it and tells you what the other guy was talking about, the so-called white people, they Edomites, and not all of them. Okay, one of the only camps that teaches that fervently, is the men at Great Millstone and the like-minded brothers, man. Okay. All right. So these so-called white people, and the scriptures go into it and tell you that all these plagues are coming upon Babylon. All right. As a matter of fact, I want to go there. Let's read this first. And the children of a year old shall speak with their voices. The woman with child shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and in the full storehouses shall suddenly be empty. And that's getting ready to happen. The truckers, the bridges, the infrastructure, the food. Matter of fact, the scriptures goes into it. Oh man, I need to grab that. Salakia, give me one moment. The food, the storehouses of Isaiah, the 19th chapter, man. All these prophecies are happening right now. Hey, and that guy, what's his name? Aaron Russo. He told you what that guy, what's his name? Nick Rockefeller, which was proven to be a real person. They said he wasn't even real. But just you can get photos of them together. All right? But what did he say? He said it's going to be, America, a.k.a. Babylon, is going to be in league with, or basically take over Canada and Mexico. You see that? And this is in the news. In the news, as the elder said, right? And what's he going? And what they say? Nick Rockefeller tell him that he was going to call the money, the digital system or whatever, the Amero. If anybody remembers that, let me know. Anyhow, let me know if you remember that. Let's go to verse 19, or verse Salakia 19, verse 4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord. That's got to be who? DJ Trump. All right? The idols, the charmers. It's right there in verse 3. And to them that have familiar spirits and wizards. Elder Yashawamba played a video. Matter of fact, I sort of want to play it. All right? Let me read this first, though. And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. And the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be washed and dried up. Let's go on down. Let's move on down to verse 10. What does it say right here? Listen to this. And they shall be broken in purposes thereof, all that make sluices and ponds for fishermen, right? Surely the princes of Zoan, Salakia, is that what I wanted? Founded waters, founded fishes, Salakia. Damn. Give me one moment, because it talks about, there we go. Salakia, verse 8. The fishers also shall mourn, and all that cast angle, which, they're called anglers, fishermen, right? The brooks shall lament, and they shall spread nets upon waters shall languish. Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave networks shall be confounded. You see that? So it's the farmers and the fishermen and the mirth shall be gone. The storehouses are going to be empty. And what's going to be the result of that? All right, you heard what that he presumed to be an Edomite. He could be a Jake. I don't know. They're not worried about anything until shit happens to them. There's another video I want to pull up. All right. I don't really need to. I could just tell you what she said. Matter of fact, here, let's just go ahead and do it.
No tyrants! No kings! No tyrants! No kings! No tyrants! No kings! No tyrants!
Well, when we found out that President Trump was running for president again this term, we immediately went out and bought a flag because we are huge Trump supporters. Questioning what's happening right now, obviously. Individuals started receiving notice on Monday that they were going to have an appointment for termination on Wednesday. Tuesday morning comes, and we were informed that, hey, if you didn't get the email on Monday, you're safe. And I'm like skipping down the halls, right? I get to stay. And Wednesday late afternoon, I received a notice that I have an appointment, a Teams appointment with my supervisor on Friday at 9 o'clock. So I knew that I wasn't safe anymore.
See, you hear that? Again, I was, briefly speaking about that. They didn't care, give a damn. And she said I was skipping down the hallway when I realized I was good. So that's these Edomites mentality, man. Okay? And again, I'm glad I played that. It's real quick, but again, here's the thing. She said I was skipping down the hallways as long as I was good, but now you got to stand with your enchantments. Now see these Edomites and these other people, they ain't worried about nothing. They, as the scripture said in Psalms 73rd chapter, they're not in trouble as other men, but now all these plagues are coming upon them. Matter of fact, let's go here, because I wanted to play that other video that Elder Yashawamba had brought out. Now you got to stand with your enchantments. This is Isaiah 47 verse 12. All right. Stand now with thine enchantments. And really, this is going into the higher ups, the ones that have, the real power given to them on the left hand side of Yahweh, while Yahweh Shai, to do these things. You remember the scripture said the Lord is in the mind of the kings, right? All right. That's really what it's going into. But, it's also an enchantment and selfishness and it's the Edomite way. I'll just leave it like that. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. And they're not going to prevail. Babylon is broken, you remember. And their idols are broken. Marduk is broken. Damn, that takes me right into the video that he had put up. Okay? That are wearied in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, and monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from the things that shall come upon thee. You heard what the guy said. They all see the writing on the wall. America's through, and now you got these people, and good for you. Now you see, this is what you voted for. Like your vote counts. It don't count for shit. But this is what you wanted. Why? You wanted to make America great again. You wanted to go back to your former glory where you had all kinds, when you still have dominion over the Israelites, and it was given to you on the left-hand side, but you wanted to go back, to what they say, the 50s or the good old times, right? You really wanted Jake back in slavery. When the scripture said we are yet this day in our captivity, understanding that. Okay? In the meantime, you got Jake running around doing pranks, eating McDonald's and just having a jolly old time. Jake's doing videos talking about, hey, we're good. We've always been, but it's gonna get worse. You remember, it's a thing called Jacob's Trouble, where your whole camp told you Jacob's Trouble wasn't gonna happen, or if it was gay. You got to get your shit straight, Jake. All right. Let them come up and save thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble. What is that? That's ashes. The fire shall burn them. That's the ICBMs. They shall not deliver themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to set before thee. Watch this right quick. Because this is what they really want. They want to live in. They want to be like Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Check this out.
Most people are too lazy to do this, but it saves homeowners a
Tunnels coming to set you free, bringing the light for all to see. No more tunnels, no more fear. Trump Gaza is finally here. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1.
We have an opportunity.
Shining bright, golden future, a brand new light. Feast and dance, the deal is done. Trump Gaza #1. Trump Gaza shining bright, golden future, a brand new
Hey, this nigga's crazy, man. All right, and it ain't just him, man. He's doing the will of the Father. He's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. Nero back now. If you notice, I tried to capture it, man, but it's for some reason that statue, that big ass golden calf, basically, is what it is, and him and Netanyahu sitting, ain't no telling what the hell they've been doing, But this is crazy, man. This is crazy. And I believe that's Elon or somebody who looks like him. See, all this shit. This is some madness. This is madness. But then now they got to stand with their enchantments, man. Okay, let's continue on here. See how many minutes I got left. This is what's getting ready to happen. 2 Ezra 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. We'll just read. The storehouse is going to be empty. All right, it's going to be no commerce. This is a big mind fuck, is what it is. All right, there's so much stimulation and so many things. You also had a Trump AI video of him and Zelensky and damn JD Vance slapping each other like some biatches. All right, see, it is sensory overload, man. Let's look that up right quick before I read this scripture. It's a sorcery type thing. It's witchcraft. Brainwashing, if you will. All right? It's sensory overload. Damn, I put KJV. Got the Bible on the brain, baby. That's what's up. Okay? Definition. Sensory overload. What is it? Let's see. The sensory overload. Overload, baby. Sensory. Let's see. What do you know about sensory overload? Sensory overload is a overstimulation of one or more of the body's 5 senses, right? People will respond differently to feeling overstimulated. All right, this society is hypersexualized. It puts the wrong things up on the pedestal. Okay, the woman is over the man. Everything's all mixed up and upside down, as the scripture says. Shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. All right. And see, people will respond differently to feeling overstimulated, but symptoms often include anxiety, discomfort, and fear. See that? All right. So what are these? When you see all these videos, and the people, and mainly these Edomites, man, because like I said, Jake is just chilling, not knowing that Jacob's trouble is right on the cusp of things. All right. But you got all these, and there's a multitude of videos. Now I regret my vote, and we need to get him out of there. And why? Simply because they're affected now. You see? But that's that fear, that sensory overload and anxiety, right? You see, through sensory overload can affect anyone. It commonly occurs in autistic people and those with post-traumatic stress disorder. Woo! Yeah, if you go into that, it's called PTSD. If you go into that, hey, man, this thing was put on hyper mode back in 2020. You already know what it is, and they chock full of damn juices and all kinds of shit. So what do you think is getting ready to happen? This is prophecy. Anyway, sensory processing disorder and certain other conditions, and that's what they're doing. All these damn videos, and you can't get a grasp on anything. Just achieved mind reading using AI. Do you hear that? And if they can read your mind, they can implant something in your mind too. That's why if you're not rooted in the scriptures, firmly grounded and have a healthy fear of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you fucking through, man. All right, let's go into this just a little bit.
To you by Brilliant. Welcome to another episode of Cold Fusion. It's the year 2054, and the United States has just federally launched a new police unit. It's special, precisely because the police will arrest people who commit crimes in the future, a concept known as pre-crime. This is, of course, the plot to the 2002 movie Minority Report. Such a world where crimes are known before they're committed is disturbing. It sits in between the comforts of security and Huth, an assistant professor of neuroscience and computer science, led the research at the University of Texas at Austin, the team that developed the mind-reading device. They published their study in the Journal of Nature Neuroscience. The mind-reading device is called a non-invasive language decoder. While language decoders are not new, using them with the recent breakthroughs in generative AI certainly is. Older versions could recognize only a few words here or there, or at best, a couple of phrases. Jerry Tang and his team have managed to blow this out of the water. Their device can reconstruct continuous language from perceived speech, imagined speech,
so in other words,
videos.
That shit's reading your mind, man. That shit's reading your mind, and I saw a couple elders, Elder Malcolm, Shalom to the elder, all right, and the elder Manat Zakbar had brought out that video, that 43-minute video where they, Iran, said they have intercepted Babylon, aka America, monitoring Hebrew Israelites, man. They said black Israelites, but Hebrew Israelites. You know, through what? All this technology. Hell, man, these cell phones, man. These cell phones, you know, if you got one of them Echoes or whatever, or whatever, you know, we've been knowing this shit. All right, we've been knowing this, but you know, it's confirmed, and all this is also a prophecy that they shall deliver you up. You see, the accuser of the brethren that accuse them day and night. But there you have it, right there. Let's go here. I'll close out right here. 2nd Ezra 15, verse 16, because this is what's getting ready to happen. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. And it's sort of softly, we saw that up here in Western North Carolina, all right, where, there was, you know, you had parts where a certain community had come together and, you know, try to help each other out, which, you know, I got to be honest, it happened in my neighborhood, you know, okay? But because we had a blackout for it was like 12 days, man, 14 days, okay? But when the shit really hits the fan, there ain't no food, there ain't no nothing. Oh yeah, you don't think these damn people are gonna say, okay, we're hungry. I'll take this. I'll do that. Anything we gotta live, a universal basic income and whatever. All right, but before that, they're gonna lay that shit on heavy. And if you take that C-hip, man, you're through already. You're done. All right. That's why the scripture said the just shall live by faith, back in the book of Habakkuk, 2nd Ezra 15, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, see that? And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. There's all kinds of shit going on. You got people storming, what was it? Elon Musk dealerships and shit. All kinds of shit going on, man. And all these false flag events is what they call them. You know, you mean to tell me the so-called I don't know if I can say it or not, attempts on Nero's life? You know, come on, man. You know, all that shit. You know, but they got to stand now with their enchantments. And men shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride. See, and that's why they voted, and you know these Edomites was gung ho for this Trump. Now he's turned around and made the damn swamp deep as hell. You did good, and good for you. Now you're starting to see. But it's too late. It's been too late since before the foundations of the earth. This is the way it's been laid out by Yahweh Shai. See that? For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. See? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses, see? And the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, and for great tribulation. And these curses are coming upon our enemies very, very quickly. And they see it, and they starting to catch that squeeze like a lemon, man, or a damn orange or whatever. They starting to what's that movie? Training Day. Hey, breathe, dog. See? And like that dude said, he said, man, we can't handle this shit. But wait till the kingdom. You ain't gonna have no other choice. Hopefully this lesson was edifying, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekaha, Kodash. Yet again, double honors to the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, of whom I learn from each and every day. Healthy shalom to the brothers out there doing the work in truth and sincerity, man. That was, it's probably a couple other scriptures I wanted to get, but, I'll leave it right there. There should be signs in the sky and the moon. I mean, it's sedition. All this is all prophecy, man. It's all prophecy. So pay attention, Jake. Things are happening at a breakneck speed. All right? And every chance you get, chant this place down. Kwam Yasharala and Wa a Bible Ball. Boom! Shalom.